Can investing just $10 a day actually make you rich? When most people hear that, they immediately tune out. 10 bucks is nothing now. It's barely a fast food meal. It's a couple of coffees. It's a random Amazon splurge you decide to buy. Obviously, $10 isn't changing your life today, but what if you just left it alone for a while? That's where the math actually starts to get crazy. Small amounts feel like a massive waste of time on day one, but this is where compounding completely takes over. Let's assume you toss that money into a broad market index fund like the S&P 500. The market goes up, the market goes down, you panic a little, but historically, it averages a return of about 10% over the long haul. Here's what that looks like. After 10 years, your account is at roughly $61,000. You put in 36 and the market gave you 25. Cool? Yeah. Life-changing? Not really. This is the exact moment most people quit. They look at 10 years of passing up coffees and think, I did this for a decade and I'm not a multimillionaire. Compounding is brutally slow at first. You're pushing a boulder up a hill, but stick with it, and by year 20, you hit $228,000. You only contributed 73 grand. Your money just tripled itself. Your money is now working harder than you did in the entire first decade, but year 30 is where the numbers get wild. You're sitting on roughly $680,000. You only put in $110,000. That means well over $500,000 is pure profit. Think about that jump. Between year 20 and year 30, your account grew by 450 grand, and you were still just putting in 10 little dollars a day. At this point, most of your account isn't even your money anymore. It's money, your money printed for you. And here's the best part. That is just from $10. What happens if you just start catching yourself before making random impulse buys? What if you get a promotion? What if you take a slightly more frugal approach and bump that up to $20 a day? Let's look at the progression. Over 10 years, $20 a day grows to about $122,000. Give it 30 years, it turns into over $1.3 million. What if you push it to $40 a day? In 10 years, you're sitting on roughly $244,000. By year 30, you are looking at around $2.7 million. That is walk away from your job wealth and potentially early retire if you can do it faster, all starting from just deciding to keep a little more of what you earn. Now, the obvious question is, where does this money actually go? People tend to overcomplicate this. They try to pick individual stocks or time the market, hoping to strike it rich overnight. That is usually a fast track to losing your money for majority of people. You don't need to be a genius at picking stocks. You just buy a broad market index fund or an S&P 500 ETF. When you do that, you aren't gambling on one company. You are basically buying a tiny little slice of the 500 biggest, most successful companies in America and let them do the heavy lifting for you. The magic here isn't the daily amount, and it isn't picking the perfect stock. It's time. It doesn't matter if you are 20, 35, or 50. The biggest mistake you can make is waiting until you feel like you have enough money to finally start. Let's be real. Is 10 bucks a day going to buy you a private island tomorrow? No. But if your definition of rich is having actual wealth and not stressing over every single bill later in life, then yeah, it works. The hardest part is just fighting the urge to spend it. $10 disappears from our checking accounts every single day on completely random stuff, and we don't even blink. But the second we try to invest it, suddenly it feels like this massive sacrifice. Don't overthink it. You don't need the perfect app or the perfect time to enter the market. Just spend a little less than you earn, automate that daily transfer, and go live your life. You don't need to be a financial genius to build wealth. You just have to be consistent. I wish you all the best in your journey, and if you found this helpful, subscribe to Dollar with a Plan. I have new videos every week.